the story of an ordinary boy who becomes the strongest vampire but hides his true power until terrible things happen. I suggest you not to miss this fascinating video. Hi, welcome back to the Animo Time channel. For today's video, we have a recap of a very beautiful anime called Strike the Blood. A supernatural anime that you should not miss at all. Before we start, please like and hit the subscribe button so you don't miss new videos. The story is about a vampire boy named Koju. A boy who seems normal at first glance but is a pervert so that when he sees a beautiful girl, he gets a nosebleed. But he can control himself most of the time. 3 months ago, something happens to Koju that makes him change from a weak person to someone whose strength is equal to the entire nation's military force. But he doesn't remember exactly who gave him this power, and every time he thinks about that time, he only remembers a lot of anger. He now hides his true power to live as a normal high school boy. But he's not exactly a normal student, because he always gets the lowest grades. He goes to his friend's workplace to borrow his notebook, but apparently today is not his lucky day. Because even though it's not the end of the month yet, his money has run out and he doesn't know what to do for lunch tomorrow. On the way back to his home, Kojo notices that someone is following him. He wonders who she is and why she is following him. Kojo hides in a store, but it seems that the girl doesn't give up. That's why Kojo decides to face that beautiful girl. When she comes face to face with Kojo, she screams loudly and prepares to fight. Kojo decides to pretend to be a foreigner from Italy so the girl can't do anything and let him go. But before leaving, Kojo says in Japanese that you got the wrong person, which causes her to freeze for a moment. Then she continues to follow him again, but suddenly 2 people want to pick up her. When Kojo finds out about their demon registration bans, he decides to become a hero. But at this very moment, the wind blows and the girl's red pants revealed. So she gets angry, and before Kojo can do anything, the girl beats the 2 intruders to death. The boy gets angry and unleashes his demonic power. This incident causes supernatural power to be discovered, and the city goes into emergency state. The boy thought he could defeat the girl with his familiar, but the girl kills the familiar with 1 blow, and when she wants to end the fight, Kojo stops her. He tells the boy to take this as a lesson to stop bothering high school girls. Then he tells the girl that she has gone too far and that it's not right to kill someone just because they see your panties. Suddenly, at this moment, the wind blows again and the girl's pants revealed in front of Kojo's eyes. The girl forgives him and has mercy on him, but he has become a pervert in her eyes. Then Kojo finds the girl's wallet and it turns out that her name is Yukaina and she studies in the same school as Kojo. The place where Kojo lives is an island made of carbon fiber, resin, metal and magic, and also known as the Demon's District. Live therianthropic, spirits, half-demons, man-made life forms, vampires and other creatures live in this man-made island. The next day, Kojo wants to return Yukina's wallet, but it seems that she didn't come to school today. So he looks inside the wallet to see if there is any information contact. Suddenly he smells something good, and when he finds out where the girl's wallet was, he gets a nosebleed. He tries to control himself, but unfortunately Yukaina had seen all this perverted action. Yukaina is angry, and no matter how much Kojo explains, he can't justify himself. She tries to get her wallet back, but Kojo won't give it to her. He first asks her to explain who she is and why she was following him. Yukaina understands that she has to take her wallet back by force, but when she is ready to fight, her stomach rumbles and it turns out that she hasn't eaten anything since yesterday. Kojo gives her wallet back, but Kojo asks her to buy him lunch. The 2 talk and Kojo learns that Yukaina is a sword shaman sent here by the Lion King organization to keep an eye on him, and kill him quickly if anything unusual happens. It turns out that they know that he is the 4th progenitor and that his existence is a disaster because of his super great power. Kojo is very sad because he has been living kindly in a decent life. On the other hand, Yukaina wonders how the 4th progenitor chose Kojo as an heir. Kojo is filled with rage every time he tries to remember. It seems that the 4th progenitor, the strongest vampire, has skewed the balance of the other 6 progenitors, so Kojo must be observed. Kojo's peaceful life is officially over, and if he looks dangerous, Yukaina will destroy him very quickly. Next scene, Kojo's exam is almost over and when he goes outside, he sees Yukaina waiting for him. He's more shocked when he finds out that Yukaina has taken the room right next to Kojo and is going to live next to him. Yukaina has to go shopping to buy necessities, but she can't leave Kojo. Kojo feels so bad for her so he decides to go with her so that Yukaina can go shopping. In the next scene, we see a girl named Natsuki, who is Koju's English teacher, and she is one of the few humans who knows that Koju is the fourth progenitor. After the exam, Koju asks Natsuki about the Lion King organization. She's shocked to hear the name and tells Koju that you shouldn't be around members of the Lion King organization under any circumstances. She also says that they are his natural enemies, but it's too late to tell him these now. Koju and Yukaina go shopping, and it seems that Yukaina has lived in the forest all her life and is shocked to see different items. Finally, the two walk home, but on the way, Koju's best friend sees him with Yukaina. Coincidentally, Koju's younger sister arrives home at the same time, and before Koju introduced Yukaina, her sister was happy to see her again. It turns out that Yukaina is in Koju's sister's class and was transferred there as a new student. Koju's sister, Nagisa, decides to throw a welcome party for Yukaina while Koju does his homework and Yukaina helps him. Koju tells Yukaina about his glorious past, when he was a handsome boy and everyone loved him and he was chosen as the best player in his basketball team. But he realizes that there is nothing he can do on his own, and before he knew it, it was too late and he was alone in his team. So when he became the fourth progenitor, he hides his power, because he didn't want to lose his friend because of his power. After hearing this, Yukina's opinion about him changes a little. After the party, Koju decides to go to the store to buy something to drink, but when he opens the door, he sees Yukina's wet boobs and is shocked. It turns out when she realizes that Koju wants to leave, she jumped out of the bath and stands in front of Koju with her wet body. But before Yukaina leaves, she has to dry her hair, so Koju promises not to run away and to wait for her. On the way to the store, Yukaina is excited to see Crane Game because it's the first time she's seen something like this. Koju decides to play and he wins a cat doll with his first try, and Yukaina is very happy. But suddenly his teacher appears and asks them what they are doing. Koju knows that if his teacher knows that he came out at this hour, he'll sure be dead. At this moment, a big explosion occurs in the city, and when the teacher is distracted, Koju takes Yukina's hand and they run away. He and Yukaina realize that a large familiar is in the fire. Yukaina immediately goes to the disaster to find out what happened and asks Koju to go home. When she arrives, she finds that two big familiars are fighting. She walks forward and sees the owner of the fire familiar being killed by a stranger. Yukaina tries to stop the stranger, but when he sees Yukina's spear, he quickly recognizes her. The two engage in a fierce fight, but Yukaina is injured. Suddenly a girl appears and attacks Yukaina. It turns out that she's familiar with the stranger. When Yukaina is about to die, Koju enters and knocks out the familiar with one punch. He was so angry when he saw that Yukaina was hurt. The blonde man realizes that Kojo is a progenitor. Koju gives him a chance to leave, but he has no such intention. Koju fights with that man's familiar and gets injured, but this wound causes Koju's terrible hidden power to be activated, and when the blonde man sees the situation, he quickly retreats and runs away. Yukaina is shocked to see Koju's power, and this video ends here. To see the next part of this beautiful anime, be sure to write in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next part and the other next videos.